Yes, welcome back to the continuing series of these videos on the Montane lightweight packs being released for 2013. It's springtime and we still have Chris Jakeman with us, who's going to take us through the Torque 40 and give us all the details and the finer points. All these rucksacks, of course, will be available from backpackinglight.co.uk.
This is the Torque 40 litre rucksack designed for alpine climbing, mountaineering purposes. We're going to do a top down on the bag, so starting off with the lid pocket here, we have the buddy pocket system, useful for your climbing partner to access. So the zip itself is protected by a flap over the top, and the advantage to this is when you're squeezing up a chimney, climbing and mountaineering, the bags get a lot of abrasion and we don't want the exposed zip to be wearing away or getting damaged at all. So you have a full flap for protection and coverage. The zip is in the top section of that lid pocket, so you can see here a nice deep pocket zone, which means everything doesn't fall out. Nice and easy access for your climbing partner to get out a chocolate bar or anything that's required. Okay, on down, lid. Easy metal access on that buckle. So the metal buckles here, nice and strong, simple hooks. You can do that when you've got gloves on, releasing it to loosen off or out of the way, no problems. On down the bag, we have a twin side compression strap on both sides. These are both clip systems. So the advantage to a dual clip system is if you're ski mountaineering using skis, it's very quick to access, put on and off your skis, onto the pack at all. Also if you're putting ice axes in, that kind of thing. So the clip buckle on both of those is a very important speed access system for the climbers and mountaineers. One thing you'll notice is we don't put side pockets on these bags at all. We want that smooth lines running through, and you don't want any extra things loaded onto the outside of the bag here. So there's no side pocket stash systems at all, because we don't want any excess material in these areas that could catch or hook on things at all. Ice axe storage for the bag, we can utilise the twin side strap compression system. We have the top loop separated here, which will help keep the shaft of the ice axe away from your head. Down the bottom we have a little slot, and this can be utilised to tuck the pick inside, and this will mean that your picks aren't going to catch on other people when you're in a busy crowded chairlift, or aren't going to, if you're squeezing up chimneys, that type of thing, then the picks are protected, they're not going to catch. You also have the option to tuck the pick underneath the lid as well. So in here we have a heavy duty piece of material as well, and you can have the ice axe stored vertically with the pick down inside. The materials throughout the bag, the main body is 210 denier and the high abrasion areas are 500 denier. Our 500 denier fabric is tested to competitive 1000 denier abrasion resistance. So very good durable fabric. Coming back to the lid, this is a lifting lid system. So for extra storage for your climbing and mountaineering, you can see here we have two compression straps to shrink the bag down on the lid. Loosen these right off. If I loosen off the front of the bag as well, the entire lid can be lifted up nice and high. So you've got extra storage just purely by lifting that lid up. It is permanently fixed. This is stretch material here, so it helps keep out snow and everything into the bag. Nice lifting lid system. Down inside we have the overload strap. It's quite common for some climbers to store a rope over the top of the bag here, and this can be utilised to actually just clip and help maintain the rope in position while it's stored over the top of the bag. Nice little overload strap. Access to the main bag is done through simple cord systems. Easy to use when you've got gloves on, especially climbing and mountaineering in cold conditions, you're going to have gloves on. It's very hard sometimes with a lot of bags. You have to try and get your thumb or your finger down inside this hole to try and actually open the system up. Not a problem here, we have your little handle on the side there. Very useful. And it's also useful while you're taking the gear out of the bag, you can actually use these little loops to actually just clip off. If you've got something in a dry sack, your down jacket, you don't want that going away. So clip it around there, your down jacket's not going to roll off down the hill. Very useful little addition to the bag. Taking a closer look at the features inside the bag, we have a system where if you've taken out most of the stuff, a lot of people want to compress this bag down very small. You've got the lid going over the outside. All this material is in the way. So nice and simple, tuck it into the bag there. You can do the draw cord up, tuck that in, and then utilise the metal clip buckle here. And we have an extra loop so you can clip that through. This will compress the whole bag in to the back. Keeps the lid out of the way, all nice and simple. So this is the fixed lifting lid, all tucked down inside the bag. Great for when you've emptied all your gear out. Also for saving weight, you can remove the back system inside the bag. So we have a zip access here, and in this zip access we've got a couple of nice features. One is the emergency bivvy pad. Now the emergency bivvy pad I'm pulling out there, lightweight piece of foam. It's going to open out this way. Now utilising the length of the rucksack itself and the length of this pad here, you can actually have a 6-foot person lying down and they've got padding everywhere where they need it. If you need extra insulation, with that folded in half, obviously you're getting double the thickness. That's a great little sit pad there to utilise for comfort. So that's the actual bivvy pad. Extra weight saving capabilities, you can remove the aluminium stave back sheet. So that can be moulded and shaped to your back, but you can actually take that out, save weight again. So that is the nice little removable aluminium stave. Okay, further weight saving on the bag is actually done on the hip belt system. So quite a few climbers like a removable hip belt system. So on the hip belt here, you can undo the side compression straps, and then this is actually held in place with Velcro at the moment. And all you have to do is split that Velcro. You can pull the hip belt off totally and leave that behind, and then your whole bag can be carried just on your shoulder straps. So the advantage here is you can get rid of this hip belt, you can get rid of the metal stave back system, and the bag itself comes down under the 1 kilo mark with all of those features removed. In terms of the back system itself, when you're using for carrying in, you have good stability on the bag. So with this clipped in, this is an auto-stabilising hip belt, we call it. When I load here, you can see that it actually loads and stabilises the bag. All that works off the centre pull. So as you tighten the bag up around your waist, it automatically stabilises. Very useful feature, saves the extra buckles and extra straps in this area. We have gear loops on both sides of the hip belt, so here's the second hip fin. You can see here twin gear loop systems, also useful just for storing an ice axe down inside when you're walking in the mountains. Now, the back system material itself, again, is low friction. Montane being a lightweight clothing brand, we want a low friction back system. So the entire surface there that's going to be in contact with your clothing that you're wearing is designed to be friction reduced and therefore less damaging to the clothing. Chest strap, lots of climbers need a good stable chest strap, and you don't want that chest strap getting in the way of your chest. You don't want it pushing onto your chest area because you're breathing, working hard, climbing and mountaineering. Here, buckles all off to the side and it's easy access. Once you get used to this buckle, it's very easy to do one-handed. Nice low profile buckle. Also, we have a couple of clip-off points, so you can just drop a carabiner through there and actually use that as an emergency racking system quite happily. There is a hydration system down inside the bag, and we do provide an extra clip-off point on there to hold the hose in position. We have top stabilisation straps. When you're loaded up, you can utilise those, make sure that the bag is held upright. So hip belt carries the load, shoulder straps keep the bag upright. Nice and simple lightweight back system. Okay, so that's the Torque 40.
My thanks to Chris for going through all these rucksacks and taking the time to explain all the details and features of them all. I hope you found it very informative and useful in your decision making. All these packs are of course available from backpackinglight.co.uk, and if you enjoyed these videos and want to see more, we've produced a handful over on the outdoorstation.co.uk, and we will be producing a lot more soon. You'll also find over 350 audio podcasts, all relating to self-powered travel and the outdoors world for the hiker and backpacker. We hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, and do come back again. Thanks for watching.